everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Browns going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call on this Week 3 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. It is a hot and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
There are a number of great quarterbacks in the NFL, but I have to believe that the prototype in terms of look has to be Cam Newton. That stature and frame, almost breathtaking when you see him in person. And now he's starting to put it all together with consistency in his game, throwing, running, leading. He's got time. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm. He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless. Fresh set of downs here. And on the ground they go with a running back. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And this offensive unit should have a lot of juice coming off the big output that they had 1 week ago. Nothing like confidence, is there? When you've played well the week before, you can't wait to get back on the field and do it again. To throw on second down is Newton. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And we get a peek at the defensive starters, and it's a unit that really needs to do better than they did last week. So I would expect them to come out with a lot more emotion this week, flying around, trying to establish a new tone, because last week they didn't feel good about it all. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Offense. The penalty is declined. On 4th down, Colton Schmidt to punt it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they're led out by the NFL's leader in touchdown passes last year with 36, the great number 12, Tom Brady. In 2015, Tom Brady led the league with 36 touchdown passes. He got hit a lot in that season, and the Patriots have to do a better job of protecting him. But this is a guy that if you do protect him, he's still at the top of his game and ready to lead his team towards another Super Bowl. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. Running it, throwing it, they're precise.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's caught by Tammy. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On that quick throw, what do you think? Possibly something they saw at the line to go there?
Possibly in the game plan, and you notice they went with an empty backfield. No backs there to help with pass protection, so you have to have a counter to that because you know they're probably going to bring pressure when they see an empty backfield, so you get rid of the ball quickly. Quick drop, ball's out of the quarterback's hands, keeps it from getting hit, and they get a completion.
And here are the defensive starters, and their coordinator is hoping that they have short-term memories from last week.
A very tough week indeed, Brandon. All they want to do now is be solid right out of the gate. No big plays given up early.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady over the middle to Beckham. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Rashad Johnson. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The shotgun snap for Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks. So you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. To throw is Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Beckham. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. Now Brady. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There are so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Tammy with it over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little workout. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Sean squeeze him now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Second and 10, Newton again. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's got time in the pocket. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Newton. And that is incomplete. Well, now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. This will be from 49 yards out. And Gano's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Now the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. On 2nd down, here's Brady. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Brady now on 1st down. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Quarterback and receiver on the same page, and they beat the man coverage.
Sometimes you get too aggressive as a defense. You go into man coverage. That means you've got to win at the line of scrimmage yourself. On that play, the offense did.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Brady to throw again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Brady now on 1st down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Squeeze him now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, and right now it's got him with the lead. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a second down. Here's Newton now on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
On first down, Newton. Incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. That'll bring up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop in 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Here's Newton. And his throw is incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Surveying the field. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and just 1. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing again is Newton. Finding time. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And now it's second down. Newton throwing again. He's got time. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both teams have done enough to be leading here to this point, but in a close game, you know the second half is going to have some more twists and turns, which should lead to some excitement. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Dolphins have it near the end of one. Brady's under pressure, will throw the pick. Johnson's in position, and he's the one who comes away with the ball. Third down from the 23. Quick pass in Odell Beckham Jr. And this play goes for a score. The Dolphins are up now by 7. Browns on offense midway through the second. Newton's completion is made out of the gun, and he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. However, they only come away with a field goal on the drive. Dolphins lined up at the 28. Brady's got the completion here, and it capped off the 9-play drive with a TD. The lead now at 11. Third and long. Newton's gonna find his mark, and he'll end up picking up 28 yards on the play. So that'll do it from here. Let's go back down to Miami with Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it, or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
Double tight, guys, double tight. Alert, 3 down.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
And it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jacob Tamme, there. And it's second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Second down following the incompletion.
Hey. 4 down.
And they'll go on the ground. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school, and now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
And he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. He shakes him off, and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews, in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Donnie Jones now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
How about the defensive linemen? That's where a good run defense begins, with the guys up front. When they hold the line, hold the point of attack, that allows everyone else to get there and make tackles.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. On the stop was T.J. McDonald. Second down following the run. Now they try the right side here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He's got time in the pocket. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. backfield. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. In the completion, nice throw, nice catch. But, Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Out of the gun, Newton. That's caught at the 3. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's Newton now on second down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Virgil Green, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Throwing is Newton, surveying the field. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line, that room to run just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
Well, it was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. To throw, it's Brady. Wide open receiver, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Now a handoff looking right. And the cutback to the sideline. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Waiting to throw on second down. Finding time. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15. They go play action here on first down. Going for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't, because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And the lead is up to 5. scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Hey, you got three down.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And Tammy with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. Oh, no, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game. If the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, there's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure's coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. Here's Donnie Jones now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Dolphins defense, they get set to go here. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up, because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them. So they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Browns are going to have a first down.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Brady. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust storm. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now Brady. Taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Some games I wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations. It's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Miami. That's taken on the 25. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field in front. And they away. We'll see if they can aid now.
Well, and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. And they'll run it here. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
There's no secret to beating a 3-4 when you're trying to run the ball up the middle. You have to control the guy over the nose of the center. And oftentimes, he's awfully hard to move. That's why he's there. A big guy, usually north of 300 pounds, with some agility. But somehow, you got to figure out how to move him. And most teams will double the nose. Center and a guard trying to move him to one side or the other. And when they're able to do that successfully, as just happened here, that's when you get big-time running plays.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And on the ground they go with the running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. One final try now for Brady. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Cleveland, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.